Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about how to repair the loops on a double mini bed. So this specific bed is a Eurotramp bed, and we did buy it used, so it came a little bit rough. So there are a lot of broken loops or worn loops like this one. I'm just going to show you an easy way and a cheap way to repair it to elongate the life of your double mini bed. So some things you're going to need are ribbon. You're going to want the kind that has these little divots in it. Some thick thread. In my case, I got upholstery thread, but you can also use fishing wire. You're just going to want a decently thick needle, one that won't break. At Michael's, you can get a pack of needles for maybe under $3. First thing you want to do is cut your ribbon into about 3-inch pieces. When you are replacing the loops, I actually doubled the ribbon and sewed it together with a sewing machine. When I am only doing a repair, I've only been using one ribbon unless the loop is in really bad shape. To double sew the ribbon, I have my sewing machine threading set to 6, so it's a tight straight line. I found if you use the zigzag lines, it doesn't really feed through as well since these are pretty small pieces of fabric. Make sure they're in line, and you just want to set that down underneath the foot. Pop it down. Make sure it guides straight down the middle. Stop it a little bit early so you don't sew all the way to the end. Well, I am going to repair this loop. It is not fully torn, but it has some significant wear. First thing I'm going to do is get that 3-inch ribbon and just kind of line it up with the loop. You don't want it too loose, but you don't want it too tight or it'll pull too much when you attach the bed onto the frame. When I have it lined up, I'm going to take a safety pin and just loop it through so the ribbon stays in place as I sew it. When you're sewing these, you're probably going to want to invest in a thimble because depending on where you put the needle, the material is pretty thick and your hands can get pretty sore. I'm going to start from the top. I'm going to work my way across horizontally. So I'm going to work down and back, and then down a row, down and back. If you're wondering how many stitches you need in the loop, basically you want more stitches than less because in the end, this is what is keeping your bed from breaking. When you get to the bottom, I just throw a quick knot in the thread. Now, when you're doing loop repairs, you still have that original loop underneath. So just to make it easier when I put the bar through the loops, because with these beds you need to insert the bar and it goes through 3 or 4 loops. And just to make it a little bit easier, I like to throw a stitch right in the middle at the top, just so it's easier to separate the ribbon and the loop. Right, and that is a loop repair. Now I will show you how I do a loop replacement. Here there are 2 loops that are in pretty bad shape. This one is not totally broken, but it might as well be. I could probably even break that with my hands. That's how thin it is. And this one is totally done. I don't cut the whole thing off. I leave a little bit of wiggle room in case I need to stitch the ribbon onto the actual loop. So I cut off the frayed end. Again, you want to have your safety pin ready so you can get this loop in place without it moving. Putting the safety pin in the same as I did on the last one. And this is where it's helpful to have that little top of the loop that you did not cut off. I just kind of sew around the safety pin, just slide it out when I'm done. And remember, when you are replacing a loop, you want to use the double ribbon because this ribbon is taking a lot more force when the gymnasts hit onto the bed than a loop with a ribbon doubled on top of it. So if you look closely, especially since this bed is dirty, it's pretty easy to see. These loops run all the way through into the weave of the bed. So you want to try to follow the stitching that is on the top part of the bed best you can before you throw those extra stitches in for security. If you don't feel that your upholstery thread is thick enough or strong enough, you can always double it up and continue stitching that way. Or like I said before, you can always use fishing line as well. And there is the replaced loop. All right, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. It's important to note that every time that you take off the double mini bed from the frame, it does do some wear and tear on the bed. We are fortunate to have a loaner bed from another gym that we've been using while this one has been sitting off of the frame waiting for repairs. And we plan on getting new springs, so when we get the new springs, that's when this bed is going to go onto the frame and the other one will have some touch-up repairs and be returned.
And that's it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.